Hey guys, it's Zara. I wanted to tell you guys a little story today. Um, so I started off this new year in a mental hospital, which if you want to know more about, I am more than willing to tell. I just didn't want to make a video like spilling my heart and my story out if nobody cared. So if you want to know, I'm more than willing to tell. Just tell me you want to know. Um, but anyway, so in the mental hospital, the unit I was in had kids and teens. And there were like 6-year-olds, brats, running around that were mainly there for anger issues and were loud and frustrating and whatever. And there was this one girl, she was 10, but everyone swore she was 6. She did not look 10, she did not act 10. And her name was Abby. And Abby was a little brat. Like, Abby woke us up every morning screaming. She had so many temper tantrums. She was in the seclusion room, like the timeout room, more than anybody else the entire time I was there. Like, more than half the times the seclusion room was filled, it was her in it, out of the 2 weeks I was there. So she was in there, and she was only there for part of that time. So she was in the seclusion room a lot. She threw a lot of timeouts, a lot of temper tantrums. She has issues. I mean, she's in a mental hospital, so you kind of expect that. Um, But I remember when she was getting dropped off, her parents dropped her off and they were showing her her room and like, oh, this is where you'll eat your lunch and this is where you can watch TV. She just kept crying and she was like, no, no, I'll be better. I'll be good. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Don't make me stay here. And her parents made her stay, and it was really sad for me. And I was like, oh, this little girl just needs a friend. Like, she just needs somebody because she's scared. She's 10 and just got dropped off somewhere she doesn't know. She's scared. Um, tried being nice to her, and she was just a little brat. We called her the Banshee. She did not need a friend. She was just a brat all the time. And one morning, we had our morning meeting thing, and we were all complaining about how we got woken up at 5 o'clock in the morning by a screaming child. And Abby was sitting right there, and she was like, "That was me. Everybody hates me," and she threw a fit. And then, but I didn't feel bad. Like, we woke up at like she shouldn't have woken us up, and we've asked her so many times to please be quiet, and it doesn't matter. So the next day, she was quiet. And at breakfast, I went up to her and I was like, "Hey, Abby, I wanted to thank you." And she's like, "For what?" Like, because she had so much attitude. And I was like, I appreciated being able to sleep this morning, and I know it's hard for you to stay quiet. I know you're used to getting up early, but I really appreciated it. And all my friends there were like, what the fuck are you doing? This is Abby. We hate Abby. And I was like, no, because if we yell at Abby when she does something bad, we need to, like, tell her when she does something good. And so from then on, Abby started kind of sticking to my side, and she started doing things that would make me happy. And so she, for the most part, like, was acting better. And she still had temper tantrums, she still had problems, but because now somebody was there appreciating when she was better, so she had a reason to do it. And one day, she asked me what all the cuts on my wrists were from, which she can't really see on the video, I guess. And I told her that I did them myself, and she didn't understand. And I told her, like, this is not something you want to do. I'm broken. I regret it. It's why I'm here harshly. Like, you're better than that, Abby. Don't start doing it. Trust me. And I don't know how that really affected her because she's young. But when I left the hospital, she came up and gave me the biggest hug, and she was crying. And she gave me this. It's a little seashell that she painted pink and drew a smiley face on. And she told me, this is your happy buddy. And whenever you're sad, I want you to take it out of your pocket and remember me and be happy, because you should be happy. And she told me, don't do that to your wrists anymore. It doesn't look pretty. And you're pretty. Don't do that. And it was really different hearing that from a 10-year-old girl who, like, was insane. Nobody really liked because she just didn't act well. And I felt like I kind of single handedly turned that around, at least temporarily. But it's different hearing that from her than from a friend or a parent or something. I don't know. So I wanted to share the story with you guys because I have my happy buddy here, and I thought it was really sweet. So this video is for Abby. Thank you for listening.